Alright everyone. Of course, it started at another Let Women Speak event. This time it was in Liverpool. For those of you that don't know what a Let Women Speak event is, I've spoken about them before. It'll be in the description below. Basically, they're women's events where women gather in public to talk about women's rights in the face of the challenge that we have at the moment with the fact that culturally we're supposed to pretend we don't even know what a woman is. So if you don't know what a woman is, how can you know what your rights are and speak up for yourself as a woman? That's why women gather, and it is led by Kelly J. Keane, also known as Posy Parker. She's really good. She's a women's rights champion and some sort of beast who seems to think that Fazzles are actually crisps. We don't agree with that here on my channel. These events are designed to encourage women to speak out in public in ways that they feel they might not be able to in other areas of their life. For example, if they were to say at work that they don't believe that a man can magically change into a woman, they may lose their job, or they might find that they have conflict in their families about this issue or in their friend group. So it's really good for women to get together and be able to talk about it to each other. There's definitely something psychologically healthy about being able to speak the truth to another human being in front of you. So I definitely support these events and what Kelly J. Keane is doing. It's mad to me though that trans ideology has such a strong hold on our culture at the moment in the UK that even a woman talking about being a woman is perceived as controversial and taboo and even unethical and wrong and potentially illegal in the future if we're not careful. The amazing thing about Let Women Speak is how much the increasing attraction it's had with marked unemployed young men who want to scream at women who are talking. That's been incredible to watch. It was no different in Liverpool. In fact, there was a police presence there and they had to physically separate the marked men from the women who were there to speak or to listen to women speak.
Shut your stupid fucking mouth, you stupid fucking turd! Shut your stupid fucking mouth, you stupid fucking turd!
I think it's really telling when we see young men and older men as well, men in general, and there are women there, I won't discount them. I do think it's telling though that they're so angry by the fact that women are talking that they have to show up, form a human shield around it and scream at women and try to distract them from being able to hear each other. I remember in Brighton I couldn't hear anything and I couldn't hear any of the speeches even though there was a mic and a speaker and everything. I just couldn't hear because there was so much screaming and noise being made, and that's the point. The point is they don't want women to be heard. They don't want anybody who knows what a woman is, who knows that humans can't change sex, to be able to physically say that out loud. That's the cardinal sin of their religion, and you are going to be prevented from doing that in any way that these little shitbags can imagine up. Luckily, they're not that imaginative though. But the worst thing that I think happened there was when a woman whose grandmother escaped from Belsen talked about terrorism and her family being affected by the Holocaust, was screamed at by these young men that she was a Nazi. They were calling her a Nazi.
My name is Deb. Yesterday, the thing that stuck in my mind was seeing a young Jewish woman taken from a car by a load of men with blood all over her genitals and her arse, shoved back into another car to be raped again. She's probably dead now. And let me tell you why that hurts me, because my grandmother escaped, but my grandmother's sister and her brother were in Belsen, so don't you tell me I'm a fucking Nazi! You lot have no fucking idea!
I'm so glad she stood up for herself. These idiots are so privileged, so coddled and so narcissistic. They have no idea what a Nazi is. They've never ever had to come into any sort of contact with it. And I think a lot of these men that are doing this, and I say men because it is mostly men, there are some women there, but majority men. A lot of the young men doing this have never come into contact with somebody in their lives that was even in World War One, World War Two. The more further away we get from it, the less people understand and the more they'll throw that word around at absolutely anybody. So as you can see, just knowing what a woman is, just simply refusing to comply and go along with this ideology means that you are a Nazi. So let's have a look at what Nazi means. A Nazi is a member of the far-right National Socialist German Workers' Party. There you go. So there's no reason for me to call anybody a Nazi in 2023 because I don't know anybody who's a member of the far-right National Socialist German Workers' Party. So not only is it inaccurate, it's stupid and it's disrespectful. But the other definition here, which is really interesting, it says a person who seeks to impose their views on others. Well, if we're going to go with calling women Nazis for not believing in a religion, I don't think we're the ones that are imposing a view on anybody. These trans activists have no idea how much of a bad look this is, and just when we think, or me personally, just when I think they couldn't get worse, they do every time, and it amazes me that anyone still supports them. I was reading the updates on Twitter. There's someone called Stephen Knight has written a thread. He was at the event and so he's updated an entire thread. I'll link that below. Posey Parker has now arrived. There isn't an angle of this event that isn't occupied by trans activists screaming about fascists. People who don't want other people, particularly women, to be allowed to speak about the truth and reality. They want everybody to comply with this weird new ideology that's so contentious. Nobody can even agree on what trans is, let alone what exactly we should be believing. We're supposed to just believe whatever the mantra is in the moment, whatever somebody in front of us who is the chosen enlightened trans person says. We're supposed to just take these people's words for it. Because we won't comply, that means we're fascist. Again, I'm not seeing it. It's utterly bizarre to see large crowds of angry, masked, mostly men, attempt to prevent women from being heard with chants of fascist. See, this is why I think everybody should go to a Let Women Speak event at least once, because you see it for yourself with your own eyes, what this is and who this is and how this is playing out. And I don't think a lot of people get it. I'm not saying my followers don't get it. I think my followers definitely get it. But a lot of people don't get it, and it's another thing to see it up close. Age at the Empress, she's great. She's updated us as well while she was at the event. She's one of the stewards, but she's also an incredible spoken word artist. So you should definitely check her out. So on Sunday at Let Women Speak Liverpool, one particular TRA came on to batter the other side and would have if the police weren't there to stop him. How do I know this? Because he said so. But let's backtrack. This man was standing in front of a Let Women Speak steward. He was trying to make her feel intimidated and was antagonist towards her from the start. She has told me this herself. I also saw it on the day because she was next to me on the line. We stood between the police. Anyway, Turfosaurus, she's another one worth checking out, could see what this man was doing. As so, she went to check on the Let Women Speak steward. The video below is what happened when she did. There is a lot of noise in this video and some of the convocation is overlapped. But below is what I believe is being said. So Lippy says, what? The man says, you know you're not on the right side of it if the coppers are protecting you. Brilliant logic, isn't it? So if the police show up to protect you, it's because you're the bad guys, not because you're being threatened and intimidated and you could come into harm by a group of people who apparently are the good guys. So, sorry, you're going to have to put up with this from me. This is how I do it at home. You know you're not on the right side of it when the coppers are protecting you, then you know you're on the wrong side. Lippy, why do you think the coppers are here? Why do you think they're here? Man, then you know you're on the wrong side. So what I love about these people, and I use the word love in the same way that trans activists use the word woman, what I love about these people is that they are so arrogant and ignorant that they think they know what history will say about all of us long after we're gone. We have no idea what history will say about us. In life, we just have to take things day by day, make observations of our own, use our minds, think for yourselves and choose what you think based on your own moral compass is the right or wrong thing to do. And sometimes it's not as simple as that, so you have to choose between lesser evils and things like that. These people think that everything goodies or baddies, and that the goodies are always the men in masks screaming that they're going to batter women. Right? Surely. Man, you know you're on the wrong side. Lippy, protecting us from who? Why are they... Man, he interrupted there. That's not me just randomly shouting man. I don't have Tourette's. They are there to prop up the fascist state. There we have it. So we live in the UK, in Britain, in 2023, in a fascist state. And men in masks need to overthrow the fascist state by threatening to batter women. Excellent. Sounds about right. Lippy, no. Who are they? Who are they protecting us from? Man. The fascists. Lippy, yeah, you. Why are the police? Who are the police protecting women from? Protecting us from who? Who are the police protecting? Man, fascist, because they know we'd batter them, don't ya? We'd batter you if they weren't here, that's right. So yeah, you know, the people who are fighting the fascists, they would batter a group of women if the police weren't there, because that's how you overthrow the fascist government in 2023. Fucking idiots. They're like obsessed morons. Okay, so Lippy says, so you're here to batter women? You're here to batter women? And the man says, yeah. And Lippy says, yeah. And the man says, bunch of scum, you're scum. And Lippy says, you think women are scum? That's about the gist of it, really, isn't it? That's the gist of how it goes on the internet as well. Every time you're on social media and you say something like, I don't know, only women can have periods. Or in the comments, everyone's like, you're scum of the earth, you're this, you're that. None of that even surprises me, alright? Do you want to see something funny? This girl, and come on, she's wearing a mask, she's got her hair short, I can still tell she's a girl. That's evolution for you. She's wearing a t-shirt that says, a boy without a pussy is like an angel without wings. What does that mean? I don't understand. Somebody let me know what that means, because I feel really old and out of touch. I keep getting told I'm really old and out of touch by these people as well, so.
Early in the morning, as the sun comes up, I just wanna have a cup. There's one drink, that's the one for me. Won't you please make me a cup of tea?